If you say that this is a Korean Game of Thrones, who's winning at the moment?
Well, we're in a bit of a hiatus. I mean, it was like if you were watching one season where it looked like an inevitable clash of armies, and then all of a sudden one season ends, the next season starts, and all of a sudden the writers are depicting this the two kings engaging with each other. Everyone seems to have forgotten the military aspect. We're focused on the emissaries talking. But in the meantime, the army in the north is continuing to build up its forces, and the security situation hasn't improved. So we don't know if this is a diplomatic breakthrough or, to continue the analogy, an invitation to the Red Wedding.
That's exactly my point. Are the North Koreans just trying to buy time until they can fine-tune their IBM capabilities?
Well, a lot of this is a Rorschach test. It's sort of what what you think it is. On the one hand, it's a very positive development that North Korea is at least willing to perhaps talk about denuclearization, though there's some heavy strings attached to it, according to the South Korean readout of the meeting. So that's positive. On the other hand, we've been down this road before. We've had 8 international agreements with North Korea, which all failed. So I think a healthy dose of skepticism and wariness is called for. But we do need to continue down this path for now.
But the North Koreans have their own readout of what's happening right now. Their version of the meeting with the South Korean envoy seemed a little bit different. How in line were Pyongyang, Seoul, and Washington on what's happening right now?
Well, we really haven't seen a North Korean confirmation of the South Korean readout. So, I mean, that is a little bit worrisome and certainly something that the U.S. officials would want to confirm in any negotiations or discussions with North Korean counterparts. So, but even in the South Korean readout, it's that North Korea is perhaps willing to talk about denuclearization as they're required to do under 10 or 11 UN resolutions. But they talk about wanting security assurances from the U.S., which they've been given several over the years, all to no avail, and also a removal of the U.S. hostile policy. That's a phrase very laden with a long list of demands over the years on security, diplomatic, economic, and political concessions from the U.S. and its allies. So they'd be looking for removal of U.S. forces, an abrogation of the treaty between the U.S. and South Korea, and an end to the U.S. extended deterrence guarantee, or the nuclear umbrella.